out of capitalism's cauldron of success and excess comes a man who his backers say embodies New York. Brash, outspoken, self-proclaimed master of the deal, the president America has chosen to send from this mecca of can-do to the political gridlock of Washington. How will Trump govern? What sort of people has he chosen? And what might we expect from this administration in its first 100 days? Well, central to the answers in all those cases is the business culture of this place and Trump's projection of his image that he's the man who can get the best deal for America as a whole. To deliver success, Trump has turned to people like Texas businessman Sid Miller. On the shortlist for a cabinet job, his contact with the transition team convinced him they were more interested in delivery than ideology.
They're really interested in looking outside the box, you know, getting business people in there, people that make sound monetary decisions, and it's not so much about being a conservative, it is being pragmatic. They want people that can identify the problem and fix it.
The process of auditioning cabinet picks went on for weeks. Even some who'd been bitterly critical rode the golden lift up Trump Tower for interviews. Was that a sign of broad-mindedness? Not exactly, thinks one never-Trump Republican on an alleged transition team blacklist.
One theory is that he actually doesn't care if you oppose him, you know, if you come around. Second theory is that he enjoys humiliating people, and of course most of those visits were done very publicly. Third possibility is that he was actually casting for a reality television show called The United American Presidency.
As for Trump's business reputation, is it overblown? In Atlantic City, the Taj Mahal casino was launched with a characteristic jackpot of Trump hyperbole.
He called it the eighth wonder of the world and focused on the glamour, the grandeur. You see a tale of two cities in a lot of ways. You see glamour on the boardwalk and in certain sections of town, but if you go to other parts of the city, you see neighborhoods that are ruined.
The Taj Mahal closed down a few months ago with the loss of 3,000 jobs. Trump sold out a while back.
He's a smart guy. He'll draw the line of where he cares and where he doesn't care. And if he doesn't...
In 2005, as part of an attempt to turn things round, he sent Randall Pickett, the winner of his reality show The Apprentice, to Atlantic City.
I believe he left Atlantic City worse than he found it. And that to me is another pattern we see with Donald. Look at other properties in Mexico and in Florida where he's made promises to others that were not delivered upon. There is a long line of individuals who followed Donald's name, followed Donald's word, and never got what they bargained for from Donald.
So what's happened now Trump's chosen cabinet has reached Washington? The questions have come thick and fast in Senate confirmation hearings. Billionaire Betsy DeVos, chosen as Education Secretary, was quizzed about tax returns, ethics committee filings, holdings in companies providing education services, and her basic suitability for the job.
You can't say definitively today that guns shouldn't be in schools?
Well, I will refer back to Senator Enzi and the school that he was talking about in Wapiti, Wyoming. I think probably there, I would imagine that there's probably a gun in the school to protect from potential grizzlies.
But because Trump has so far sent forward only a fraction of the people required to face scrutiny, Republican senators we spoke to want to push on, in this case with a nominee who's made substantial campaign donations to 20 of them.
She didn't donate to me, so I can say that it certainly is not troubling to me either way. There have been Obama administration officials who have been large donors to Democratic causes. So I certainly don't see that as being disqualified.
A lot of the Democrats are really wealthy too. The fact is, are we going to foreclose opportunities to serve in this government because a person has been successful in life? I mean, that's crazy. We ought to be hoping that a lot more of them will come out of the woodwork and help us to get this country out of the mess it's in.
No sooner have Trump's doer and disruptor nominees stepped into the Washington swamp than the political bindweed has begun to wrap itself around their ankles, with questions multiplying about tax returns, shareholdings, possible conflicts of interests, and questions also about just how quickly key Trump policies, like the repeal of Obamacare, can actually be brought about. All tough challenges when Trump voters expect results. In the corridors of Senate buildings, people have come to lobby for or against Trump nominees.
Obviously, he's a different candidate than we've ever seen before, so I think he's going to use that to his advantage. He's going to use change. He's going to make America great again.
I can't hear you.
This is Washington politics as usual, with its checks and balances. How then, with a trickle of nominees and their hearings slowing down, will Team Trump maintain momentum?
The transition is going to be a little rough. We're going to have to do some things that is going to be a little displeasing to get our foothold back on the global stage, especially when it comes to trade. But in the long term, I am really excited for my country. I think this is the most exciting time in my lifetime. I think this president has the potential to be the best president in my lifetime.
Some nominees in defence and foreign policy have differed significantly with the new president. But real power resides in the White House, and the way Trump himself behaves will be key.
I believe on the things he cares about, his image, his brand, his celebrity, he cares about them passionately and will call, email, tweet, defend himself until 3 o'clock in the morning. But on the things that he doesn't care about, say the inner details of running the country, he may delegate that or assign that to somebody else.
He will not change his behavior patterns. He's a 70-year-old man. And so I think there's a good chance we'll get kind of willful, dangerous, and conceivably illegal behavior. Now, I think the institutions will help contain it. His immediate staff, I believe, will not. I think they'll feed it and foster it. So I'm expecting a series of crises.
Few expect the coming weeks to be easy. Trump has sold himself as a disruptor who'll shake this town to its foundations. But he's not the first president to promise radical change, and Washington ground the others down.